Thank you for joining us on this Friday, September 27th. Live from the Beasley Media Complex in Boone, this is the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Katie Garceran.
And I'm Anna Muckenfuss.
This year's celebration of the United States Constitution focused on the highly debated Second Amendment. Students, faculty, and staff participated on a panel to discuss how the meaning of the Second Amendment is changing. Marian Williams is a criminal justice professor in the Department of Government and Justice Studies. She says the panel gives all aspects of the debate, letting people explore which side they agree with. The panel took place September 19th in the Student Union.
After receiving a Lou Gehrig's disease diagnosis, Dane Ward is stepping down as Dean of Libraries. ALS attacks the nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. Regardless of the diagnosis, Ward says he has continued to be involved in new areas of influence and communication. Darryl Kruger is the Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor. He says libraries are a student-centric center of campus that Ward is helping and evolving. Even though Ward is leaving, he has plans to stay active on campus. Ward says his diagnosis has been a great opportunity to inform different people about ALS.
Have a research appointment and hopefully continue researching ALS and how colleges and universities can support people with ALS and other disabilities.
The Boone community has come together to build a new home for a local family. Construction started at a kickoff event called the Blitz Build last Saturday. Here, around 100 App State students and 50 Habitat Road Trip crazies started building the home at the event. The First Baptist Church bagged lunches for all of the volunteers, and an App State science program offered course credit to any student who made designs for the Barkers' home. Every week, a smaller group of volunteers will come out, continuing construction until it is finished. No construction skills are required for volunteers, so everyone is encouraged to help out. The construction should end in December.
Students can look to get fit in October thanks to a new program by University Recreation. 138 colleges nationwide are participating in a program called Exercise is Medicine. The program aims to encourage physicians to talk about physical activity with patients. UREC will host events to encourage students and faculty to be more active. Gabby Dickey is the Assistant Director for Fitness. She says exercise is important because it benefits a person's health.
Exercise should be an important factor for someone's health because there's just been so many proven benefits of not only physical benefits, but mental, social, and emotional as well.
At least 100 Boone residents banded together at a recent climate strike rally. They're demanding local policy changes to help combat global warming.
System change, not climate change, was the chant of Boone residents marching against climate change and the usage of fossil fuels. Similar demonstrations like the climate strike in Boone took place all around the world. A communist who identified himself as Thomas says that climate change can be fixed when the system that created it is fixed as well.
We got to demand policy change from the town council. Things have got to start on a grassroots level. We've got to demand climate neutrality. We have to demand carbon neutrality from this government, or else nothing happens.
Rebecca Witter, another demonstrator, says her children give her hope for the future.
We can change the system that we're in, and we can do it together and cooperatively.
According to the Global Climate Strike website, more than 4 million people have joined the movement. More demonstrations are taking place today worldwide. For the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Anna Muckenfuss.
Most people don't fully understand autism, and one group wants to change that. The Hub for Autism and Neurodiversity is more commonly known as HAND. The organization works with the Appalachian community to create an event called My Autism Journey, Various Perspectives. Rebecca Long is the president of Autistic Students and Allies of the High Country. She says many misunderstood people who live with autism and undervalue their opinions. She says that events like these will help campus work on valuing people with autism as essential members of the campus community. Mary Horan is the Director of Community Outreach and hosted the program.
So today's conference is meant to provide some education for people in the community in the northwest area of North Carolina about autism, neurodiversity, and acceptance and understanding for individuals with autism.
She says when a loved one gets an autism diagnosis, it rocks a family's world. She says HAND is a place where those families can seek guidance and find support.
A fraternity at App State is no more after violating several policies, according to University Communications. Tau Kappa Epsilon was placed on suspension for breaking the Code of Student Conduct and several accusations of assault against women. The Office of Student Engagement and Leadership removed the fraternity as a campus organization. Jeff Caffey is the Director of Student Engagement and Leadership. In a letter to the fraternity, he wrote, quote, "Regardless of the specifics of individual concerns, these instances indicate a persisting pattern sufficient to convince me that Tau Kappa Epsilon does not currently have a culture that is compatible with our policy." End quote.
The new assistant director for the Multicultural Student Development Center is making App State more inclusive. Marco Rodriguez is the assistant director for the Multicultural Student Development Center. He wants to continue helping App State with its diversity issues and making students feel safe and accepted on campus. The coordinator of the center is Kendall Rankin. He says that Rodriguez can help in getting more Latinx students into the center. Rankin says Rodriguez hopes the center will become more inclusive and intentional when working with students from all backgrounds. Rodriguez is glad the new position helps him become a better resource for all students in the future.
A campus organization is working to improve the lives of local children. Members of the Children's Advocacy Club work with local organizations to fundraise, offer childcare, and organize drives for diapers and school supplies. The CAC's diaper drive helps assist the Who Needs a Change diaper bank. To donate diapers or money, you can often find members of the CAC standing outside of Ingalls and Harris Teeter. The CAC is hosting its first fundraiser at Comeback Shack on November 3rd.
The ACT organization held its annual blood drive September 24th. Our correspondent, Ian Objio, has the story.
The university's annual blood drive has gained quite the reputation. The event ranks as one of the largest single-day drives in the nation. Turnout for the event has always exceeded expectations. Since 2006, over 13,000 pints of blood have been collected, with this year's event collecting just over 1,000.
I donated blood because it's for a good cause, you know. Everyone needs blood out there. You need to give it to someone who is in need, dire need, so that's why I gave blood. Yeah.
The event also offers volunteer opportunities, with shifts ranging from 2.5 hours to 5 hours.
I got an email and it reminded me that this is happening. This is a big thing that the ACT office puts on. I wanted to represent my scholarship well, and I just wanted to help out in a way that I could.
For more information, visit homecoming.appstate.edu/blood drive. For the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Ian Objio.
Geology students have the opportunity to meet employers and get a jump start on their careers. The Speaker Series event brings in professionals who share their experiences and professors who discuss their latest research. William Anderson is the Geology Department Chair. He says the event helps students decide which research path they want to take. It also helps students making connections to the classes they are taking. The event can even lead to research positions with professors at App State. Carly Mass is a senior quantitative geology major. She says the event helped her learn the importance of time management, communication, and critical thinking. Anyone interested in learning more about science is welcome.
When you go to the football game tomorrow, you may spot some new changes in the Marching Mountaineers. Jason Gardner, the new marching band director, has brought technology to the program through an app called the Ultimate Drill Book. The band is using the app to learn their drill sets, marching patterns, and view their sheet music. Gardner says the app will help North Carolina's Band of Distinction work more efficiently and reduce the band's waste production.
Theater students are feeling more comfortable in their acting roles because of new training techniques. The Theatrical Intimacy Education Group recently came to App State to teach students about intimacy training. The group specifically works on stage intimacy, nudity, and sexual violence. Maddie Coggins is a senior theater education major. She says the training lets actors discuss how they feel in certain situations and set boundaries for future performances. Coggins said the skills are effective and they used it in the rehearsal the following day. Members of the theatrical department are confident the workshop will help actors do their jobs better while also feeling safe.
Now it's time to check in on sports with Connor Davidson. Connor, what can we expect to see out of the Mountaineers at the game tomorrow?
Thanks, Anna. It's certainly shaping up to be a good one, especially after that big win last week, but we'll get more on that in a second. For other sports, it's been a bit of a mixed bag, and for App State soccer, it's been a tale of two teams. The women's team currently sits at 3-5-2 and looks to turn things around by getting its first conference win against Georgia Southern on Sunday. Their first conference game against Troy last Friday ended in a 1-1 draw, and they lost a tough one against Coastal Carolina yesterday, 1-0. The men's team has seen more success. They sit at a comfortable 6-2. In their last two games, they defeated UNC Greensboro 4-2 and beat UNC Asheville 1-0. Through their first 8 games, 7 different players have scored 11 goals. That kind of team effort will get them far this year. Their next game is Tuesday against East Tennessee State. After a pair of losses, the App State field hockey team is looking to get back on track. They started the season 6-0, but have since lost 2 straight games at the hands of Ohio and #1 ranked North Carolina. Junior forward Megan Smart has led the way with a team-high 5 goals scored. They're looking to continue their early season success today against Miami, Ohio. The App State volleyball team is off to a rough start. They currently sit at 4-9. Last week, they beat Furman in 3 sets, but then had back-to-back losses against Winthrop and Maryland. Now they look to gain some traction in their first conference game against Georgia State. You can catch that game tonight at 6:30 here in Boone. Mountaineers football team had its big win in Chapel Hill on the 21st. Our own Justin Lundy was there to witness the victory.
You know what time it is? It's game day here at Keenan Memorial Stadium, where the App State Mountaineers and the UNC Tar Heels are facing off for the right to be called the best college football team in North Carolina.
What looked to be a promising start for North Carolina in its game against Appalachian State quickly wasn't. The Tar Heels scored the first touchdown of the game on Saturday in 17 seconds, but after that, it was all App State. The Mountaineers forced 3 turnovers, 2 caused by defensive lineman Demetrius Taylor. Star receiver Corey Sutton also returned to the lineup after being suspended for 2 games. He had 7 catches for 58 yards, which helped put App State up 27-17 at the half. The Tar Heels didn't go away though. They scored 2 touchdowns in the second half to put them down by 3 with 30 seconds left in the game. The Tar Heels received the ball at their own 25-yard line and had one last chance to either tie or win the game. They drove to the App State 39-yard line with 5 seconds remaining and sent kicker Noah Ruggles to attempt a 56-yard field goal to tie the game. App State's Nick Hampton blocked the field goal on the final play of the game to hand UNC a 34-31 defeat in Chapel Hill. This is the first time App State has beaten a Power 5 team since upsetting Michigan in 2007. In the post-game press conference, players and Coach Drinkwitz didn't treat this game as if it was an upset, but as if it was just another game.
Well, we knew we were going to have to rotate guys, and we knew that everybody had to be prepared for their opportunity. And opportunities of a lifetime must be seized within the lifetime of an opportunity. And today was a 3-hour opportunity, and everybody had to be ready to seize it, and they did.
We said that we're not going to hope to make this happen. We're going to make this happen. You know, like to us, this isn't an upset, and that's what Coach Drinkwitz said from the beginning. He said we attack each and every week 1-0. Like that's how we attack each and every week, no matter who we're playing. That's App State football, 1-0, put our head down, we're going to go to work. So it's just another game, and tomorrow we're going to learn from this game, learn from our mistakes, and move on to Coastal Carolina.
In Chapel Hill and for the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Justin Lundy.
That was certainly a fun one to watch. The Mountaineers start conference play against Coastal Carolina tomorrow. The player to watch for this game is Darrington Evans. Evans has the 4th most rushing touchdowns in the country with 7, and averages 137 rushing yards per game, while Coastal Carolina only allows 106 rushing yards per game. Coastal is also looking to get its first win over the Mountaineers in program history. Kickoff is at 3:30 tomorrow in Kidd Brewer Stadium. I'm Connor Davidson. That's all for sports this week.
Hopefully I'll be at the game tomorrow. I hope to see you there, Connor. And now it's time for your High Country High Note.
The Peel Literary Magazine has created a safe space for you to share and laugh at your most embarrassing and shameful moments. The magazine's event is called Mortified. It's based off of a YouTube series and podcast in which people perform their embarrassing stories to a crowd of strangers. Mortified Open Mic allows participants to tell horror stories of their failed love confessions and date disasters, whether it is on-the-spot retelling or carefully crafted in a journal. Audience reactions range from laughing to cringing in solidarity with the performer. The Peel hosts Mortified once every semester at 3rd place. That's our report this week. I'm Anna Muckenfuss.
And I'm Katie Garceran. For all of us at the Appalachian Weekly News, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.